Hello and welcome to the Willie Good Life. I'm Jennifer Willie and today I'm going to be showing you how to make bacon cheeseburger pie. I got this from the Carnivore Doctor's YouTube channel. I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description window below. Obviously, I love this woman's channel. I use a lot of her recipes and I feel like she has a lot of great information on there about the carnivore diet. So if you want to learn a little more about that, I encourage you to go check out her channel and go check out some of her other recipes. They rock. Basically, wherever you fall on the ketogenic spectrum, whether you're doing keto, hypercarnivore, or carnivore, this recipe can be adjusted to suit your needs. This is a delicious recipe, it's easy to make, and it's sure to satisfy. And with that being said, let's get started. Okay, to start out, you're going to need 1/2 cup of chopped bacon. Now I'm going to add in the Carnivore Doctor's spice mixture. And I'm going to leave the ingredients down in the description box below, but you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of that. And then I turn down my heat. Alright friends, now that we've cooked the meat portion of this recipe, the second portion of the recipe is the topping portion. I just want to explain something before I move forward with this. I chose a ratio of 10/90 in my ground beef, and I did that because there's a lot of fat already kind of going into this recipe. You have eggs, you've got cheese, you've got the sour cream, you have the heavy cream. So, and there's a lot of cheese, and then not to mention there's the bacon that goes in with it as well. So there's a lot of fat, and the reason I chose the 10/90 ratio is because I just like the texture of the meat a little better. It's a lot more lean, so it doesn't have any of those like chewy pieces quite as much as you would get like with the 20/80 or the 30/70 ratio. But if you're looking to add more fat and you prefer those, then go with those. Totally fine, doesn't make a difference. But that is why I chose the more lean ground beef to go in this. I'm already putting a lot of fat and I prefer the texture, period, basically. So all right, friends, let's get started on this topping and go to town. All right, well that's how the bacon cheeseburger pie is made. I have a slice right here. I basically took that out of the oven, I allowed it to cool on the counter for a little bit, and then I put it in the refrigerator overnight. And what that does is that sort of solidifies everything so that you can cut it in portions. That's one of the great things about this recipe that I love is you can do your meal prep with it. You can put it in the refrigerator, let it get nice and hard. Plus I feel like the seasons sort of marry together. You know, when you leave it overnight like that, it seasons it even more. And as a matter of fact, as you eat it through the week, I just feel like it gets better and better. I don't know if it's just me, could be. But it's great for meal prep so you can portion it out throughout the week. Another thing about this recipe I want to touch on, I don't know if it's just because I've not had lasagna in forever or whatever, but it reminds me of lasagna. It has a similar texture and flavor as lasagna. Even though there's not any kind of like tomato in there or anything like that, it just reminds me of it. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. The other thing is if you don't want to, if it's not, your intention isn't to do meal prep with it and you want to have it for dinner, totally cool. You take it, put it in the oven, and then right at the end, before you take it out, you can also sprinkle some cheese on top of there so that when you're putting it on the table and you're cutting it, you have that nice string cheese presentation. You can do that if you want, up to you. But you can eat it right out of the oven too, and it is delicious. You're going to absolutely love this dish. The other thing I want to mention that's really cool about this recipe is, and I said this kind of at the beginning of the video as well, is that you can tailor it to your ketogenic needs. But if you are following a carnivore diet within that spectrum, I know some carnivores do not eat dairy. So obviously you're not going to be eating this. But for the ones that do, just totally omit the seasonings and this will still taste delicious. What I would suggest, however, is just up your salt on this, depending on your taste, your needs. Just kind of salt it to taste how you like it. That salt is plenty, and this will be totally flavorful and delicious. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any feedback for me, please put that in the comment section below. I love to read those. If you have ideas for this recipe, suggestions, also leave that in the comments window below, and I will definitely check that out for sure. And also let me know if you like this video. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe so you can get more of this content. And with that being said, I wish you well on your journey, and I'll see you next time.